Okay, really quick before we start, I just want to say sorry about the lighting for the first like 2 minutes or so of this video. I forgot to set up the ring light, but yeah, Hey guys, it's Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. So, as you can see, I am in front of my shelves again today for another book video. These are becoming one of my favorite types of videos to make. I know they don't do as well on my channel, but I don't really mind that because I know there are some of you guys out there, even some of my YouTube friends I know, that are readers and enjoy my book content and book content in general. Hopefully this can become like a monthly thing. I'm thinking of doing like one book video a month or something like that, one or two, maybe more or less, something like that. But anyways, that's besides the point. Today we're doing a really fun video, at least I think it's really fun. I'm gonna be telling you guys my top 10 favorite books of all time. This was really hard to narrow down. Like, I never really sat down and thought like, what are my top 10 favorite books? Like this year alone, I've read like 75, I think 74 or 75 books so far, and there's still like a month left, which is quite a bit. For the average person, I believe, reads like, I don't know, I'll put it up here on the screen. So I'm a little ahead of the game. I'm just gonna tell you my top 10 favorite. All of these I actually read this year because this is the year I kind of branched out and read books other than just like the same middle grade series that I read last year and the year before. Like, I got into different genres, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So I'm going to be going from least favorite to favorite, but these are all my favorites. So like my least favorite to my most favorite, if that makes sense. I don't think it does, but we're going in order from 10 to number 1, and I own 9 out of my 10 favorite books. One of them I don't own, but I own, well, sorta. I don't, we'll get there when we get there. But starting off, number 10 of my favorite books of all time, we have the infamous Divergent by Veronica Roth. So I think we've all heard of Divergent. If you haven't, maybe you've at least seen the movies, but if not, I'll tell you a little bit about it. I might have mentioned this in one of my other book videos like a few months ago, but Divergent. So basically this follows a girl named Beatrice, and she's living in a world where they are divided into factions.
And they divided us into 5 groups, factions, to keep the peace.
And when you turn like 16 or something like that, you get to choose if you want to stay in your faction or go to another one. And she chooses go to Dauntless, which is the bravery one. They're all like different traits. This one's the brave one, and she trains, she does a lot of stuff. A lot happens in this book. Like, it's pretty long, and then there's also 2 others which aren't as good, but like I still like them. Well, kinda. I don't know. If you know, you know. But yeah, so Divergent, that's kind of what it's about. It's a lot to explain, but I'm sure hopefully you have some understanding of what it is. One of my favorite fictional characters, 4, is in this book. Yes, just yes. That's what it's about. And like I said, 4, one of my favorite characters is in this. They're one of my favorite, the OG book couples. They're really cute together. What else do I like about this book? I mean, it's just entertaining to read. Like, I've read this once, like way back at the beginning of the year, like February or March maybe, and I really want to reread it. I think I'm gonna reread it like sometime next year, maybe like a year after I read it for the first time. That would be fun. But it's a young adult dystopian. It's really good. It's nothing too special, which is why it's number 10 and why it's not higher on this list. I really like it, and yeah, that's about it. Sorry about the abrupt lighting change. I forgot to like plug in my ring light, so, and I kind of just realized, but I don't feel like restarting the whole video, so we're just gonna pick it up where we left off with better lighting. So we just finished with Divergent. So number 9, my favorite books of all time, is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. I actually read this a while ago, like over the summer, and I picked up her other book. I have it down here. I don't want to grab it, but like I have her other book. I haven't read it yet. But anyways, All the Bright Places. This one is really good. It's really sad. So if you don't like tearjerkers, I would not recommend this, but if you do, it is a young adult contemporary romance that follows Violet and Finch. Well, his name is Theodore, but like they all call him Finch, and they're both dealing with their own issues. They both just kind of find each other and help each other through them. I have like a quote on my bookshelf from this book, but I'm not going to show it because it's a little bit of a spoiler. Hopefully someone doesn't walk in my room that wants to read this book and then sees the quote. But yeah, if you want to know what it is, you can like comment or something and I can like tell you what it is. But All the Right Places, this is one of my favorite books because it's not the first, but it's one of the first books that made me like sob. I've cried over many books, but this is one of the first ones that, or not really one of the first ones, just one of the ones that I cried the hardest to. There's a few others in here. I'll tell you guys if they're sad or not, because I tend to like more emotional books just because like they make me feel things, and that means like if it makes me emotional, whether it's like happy or sad, it means that I really connected to it. So yeah, you will notice a pattern with a lot of these, but that's All the Bright Places. Also, this book has so many scenes. I really wish I annotated it like with tabs. I did do a couple of these, which I'll show you, but there's just some scenes I really want to look back on. I might reread this too. There's also a movie on Netflix. It wasn't as good, but like it's still pretty good. If you're not a reader, you can check out the movie and then maybe you will want to read this because it's way better than the movie, but it's on Netflix. Moving on to number 8. This is a really, really good one. I kind of forgot about this book. Like, I didn't forget about it. I was just going through and I was like, what are some of my other favorite books? And I was like, oh, this one I really, really liked. And it is Daughter of the Pirate King. This is one that was really popular on TikTok a while ago, like earlier this year. A lot of these I read like a while ago at the beginning of 2021. But Daughter of the Pirate King, I believe I did talk about this in one of my book videos. I think it might have been like just like the book recommendation video that I did like a while ago. But so this book is a young adult fantasy, and basically this girl Alosa, one of my favorite female characters, or just characters in general of all time, she's like iconic. She gets captured by the enemy pirates because she has like this whole plan in mind, and she just is a really good character, really strong and really developed. Oh, this is by Trisha Levenseller. I really like this author. I've read a few of her books and I plan on reading more, but she writes really good fantasies with really strong female leads. So that's basically this one. She just like, it follows her adventure on this pirate ship with her enemies, specifically Raiden. But yeah, I just really like this one. I don't even remember why. I read it in like literally like a day. It was really good. It's super short and like fast paced. Like it keeps happening and things keep happening. And there's also a sequel which was pretty good too. So I really, really recommend this one, especially if you're like a beginner reader. All right, next up is November 9th by Colleen Hoover. As you can see, I annotated this one, like I tabbed it with little sticky tabs. There's a lot. I tabbed like literally everything that I liked, and this one is actually an adult contemporary romance novel, but it's nothing like inappropriate or anything. It just like deals with some heavier topics. If you're like comfortable reading it, just like check online the trigger warnings, the age ratings, and then you should be fine. But this one is really, really good. The like premise, like if you guys don't think this is interesting from what I'm about to tell you, then I don't know what to say. But basically it follows Ben and Fallon, who meet at a restaurant, and I think her dad is like being mean to her or something, and then Ben comes in, pretends to be her boyfriend, and like protects her, I guess, and then just kind of like helps her with her dad, and they have like this instant connection. But the only problem is she is moving to New York, so they can't exactly, like, he can't like move to New York with her. They literally met like 2 hours ago, but they just had like this whole connection. So they agree to meet every year on November 9th, same time, same place, and I just think that's a really cool premise, a really cool idea. It goes through each of their November 9ths in both their perspectives. A lot happens in the last couple of Novembers, and there's a big plot twist. This one also made me cry, so if you don't like sad books, don't read Colleen Hoover because she writes very sad books. I read her other one, It Ends With Us, which was very close. It was like number 11. It almost made it, but yeah, maybe I'll talk about that one in a different video. But I like this one just because, like, I don't even know why. It was just good. Like, I was so invested. It's pretty quick. The plot twist in here, whoa, did not see that coming. If you know, you know. If you don't, read this book. Yeah, that is November 9th by Coho. I love that book. The next one, I can't. Also, this is another sad one. There's like two more sad ones left. Oh, never mind. There's more, but yeah. So, this one is, like, I'm surprised it's this high up, but like, just compare this one I read really recently, like literally last month, like a few weeks ago. Maybe this month. Was it this month? I don't know. It was really recent, but I made one of my best friends read this too. She's reading it right now. It is 5 Feet Apart. You probably recognize like this cover, this title. That's Cole Sprouse. This is a movie on Netflix, which I actually watched the movie before reading the book. I watched the movie like back in like August, and then read the book this month. But now having read the book, it's so much better than the movie. So if you've just seen the movie, you need to read the book. It's so good. It's so beautiful. 5 Feet Apart is basically, it's young adult. It's a romance, contemporary kind of, and it has, why am I forgetting her name? Wait, oh, Stella and Will. Stella, Will. And so they're both in a hospital, and they have, I think it's cystic fibrosis. It's like, is that what it is? I think that, yeah, they have that. So they're in the hospital together, and, well, not together, but they meet, and I think you already know where this is going. It's just a really good book. This copy actually has like pictures from the actual movie in it. Like, there's these, and it just yeah. But I'm not gonna say much more because I feel like a lot of people know this story. Like, it's a Netflix movie, or it's a movie. It's on Netflix. And Cole Sprouse is in it, so like everybody knows Cole Sprouse. But yeah, it's a really amazing story. I loved it. This is the book that I cried the most at. I just love this book so much. It is my everything. And the song by, what's his name, Andy Grammer or something, thinking about this book, thinking about the movie. I love it. Okay, moving on. Okay, so if you saw my book talk video, like where I was saying if book talk books were worth it or not, you probably remember me talking about Heartless a lot. So that is the next one. Gotta show off the stunning cover under the dust jacket. Yeah, and with the dust jacket. But Heartless is a Alice in Wonderland retelling, but it's about the Queen of Hearts. Yeah, that's basically it. But like, it's really good. Another sad one, but like this one isn't as sad as the others. Like, it's a fantasy, it's a young adult, and it's amazing, and it's one of my favorite books. Again, I'm surprised that it was not higher, but like these next few are just some like really good ones that you have to read, but all of them on this list you should read. Heartless, like I said, it follows the Queen of Hearts. Her name is Catherine in this interpretation, retelling, whatever you want to call it, and this is before she became the infamous Queen of Hearts, and just like how she got there, how she became evil. And another one of my favorite characters, Jest. I love him. And why am I so low down? I'm literally like down here. Like, I need to sit up. But that's Heartless. I'm not going to talk too much about that one. If you want to know more, go watch my other video. And next, this one's part of a series, but I still wanted to include it because it is technically one of my favorite books of all time. And that would be Ignite Me, the third book in the first part of the Shatter Me series. It's a really long series. Like, it's a long series. So there's the first three, the original trilogy. There's some novellas in between. Then there's another trilogy, like picking up where it left off, more novellas, and then there's one that just came out, which I really want to read. But yeah, I binge read that whole series in literally less than 2 weeks, which I don't know how it's possible. There's so many books, but yeah, including the novellas. So I was pretty invested, but out of all of those, I decided Ignite Me was my favorite, and I think so many people can agree with me on that. Just Ignite Me, everything about it's so good. I actually read it from the library and I loved it so much I had to buy my own physical copy, so I haven't even read this copy of it, but I'm gonna reread it, obviously. Like, why not? I think I'm gonna reread the whole series, or at least like the first 3. But Ignite Me, can't say what it's about, obviously, because it's the 3rd book in a series, a really long series, so I can't really tell you much. But basically, the reason I like this one is Kenji. That's it. Just Kenji and Warner. This next one, number 3, is the one I don't have, but it's a duology, and technically, like, both of them together are my favorite. They don't really feel like 2 different books to me. They kind of just feel like one book because I read them like back to back, and that would be Six of Crows, but in particular Crooked Kingdom, because I feel like that one is a little bit better in my opinion. So Six of Crows is a duology in the Grishaverse, which is like a big book universe series, but you don't really need to read them in order, except like obviously Six of Crows then Crooked Kingdom, because that's how it goes. But it follows this group of people. And this is actually a Netflix show, Shadow and Bone is, but like both of them. And I'm obsessed with that show and that cast. The Grishaverse is one of my favorite book series ever. That and Shatter Me. But yeah, I can't, again, Crooked Kingdom is technically my favorite. Oh my god, my camera ran out of storage. But anyways, I think I was talking about how technically my favorite book is Crooked Kingdom, not Six of Crows, so I can't really tell you much about it without spoiling Six of Crows, but I will tell you a little bit about this one. So, like I said, there are 6 teenagers. Hold on, I gotta fix my camera. There are the 6 of them, and Nesh is my favorite. I love her, and it's like, it has the found family trope within their like friend group, which I don't know if you can really call it a friend group, because like friend groups don't typically try to kill each other every 5 minutes, but you know, besides that, they love each other. And within that group there are 3 different couples, which, yes, Kinej for the win. I have so much like Six of Crows fan art and stuff like on my bookshelf. I think, can you see it from here? I have a picture of Kaz up there from the show. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about this one, because I don't want to keep talking for so long. Like, I feel like I've been filming this for like an hour. Next one I'm probably gonna talk about a while, because this is literally my 2nd favorite book, and it's again part of a series, but it's the first one, so I can talk about it. And it is my baby, The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell. So this is a middle grade fantasy series. I have an entire shelf dedicated to it, right there. This one. It's my actual favorite series, favorite world, favorite book ever. I mean, technically it's my 2nd favorite, but it's not even like that good. Like, obviously it is, but it's just so nostalgic for me. Like, this little book, well, it looks big, but like the words are humongous. It's not really that big. You can probably read it in like a day. But this is what turned me into someone with all of these. Like, if I hadn't read the series, I probably would not be this. But yeah, this is like, I'm trying to say, it's the series that got me into reading. I recently, on my most recent reread, which was like over the past couple months, I've been slowly rereading the series. I've been annotating and tabbing it, just like tabbing different quotes and stuff that I like and that I want to remember, even though I know that I will remember anyway, because it's my favorite series. And I've talked about this a lot on my channel, I feel like, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. If you want to know, go watch my other book videos. It is basically about Alex and Connor, 2 twins, get sucked into a fairy tale world and have to deal with problems. That's pretty much The Land of Stories summed up in like a sentence. So many of my favorite characters are in this. The world, the map. Can we just talk about how, hold on. How beautiful this is. I love it. I love The Land of Stories, and it's my 2nd favorite book, and it's my favorite series ever. The next one's a standalone, which we're gonna talk about now my favorite book, the moment we've all been waiting for. I don't know if I've talked about this one on my YouTube channel before, so, but I'm sure you've heard of it because it's really popular on TikTok. It is, drumroll please, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I love this book. TikTok recommended it to me. I immediately knew I was gonna love it, and I got it, and it's amazing. Actually, no, I did not immediately know I was gonna love it because it's historical fiction, but like, I absolutely loved it. It was so good. It's by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't think I've been saying the authors on the past couple of ones. I'm very sorry. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Basically, there's this Hollywood star. She's like 70 or 80 when the book starts. So like, yeah, she's an old lady. And she's this huge Hollywood star. She was when she was younger. She wants someone to write her life story, and she hires this random journalist who you're like, what does she have to do with anything? But oh, does she have to do with something? Her name's Monique, and Evelyn hires her to write her life biography, and she does all these interviews. And the way this book is written is super cool. Like, it'll go back and forth from like Monique interviewing her to like, and Monique dealing with her own things, and then like Evelyn telling her story, but it's like easy to follow. It's super fun to read and really easy, and of course we know this by now. It made me cry so much. The ending, this is, I think, besides like 5 Feet Apart, this is the other book that made me like cry the most. My copy is super damaged. I got it from eBay for really cheap, so that's why it came like this. I promise I did not do this purposely. There's a lot of plot twists in here. It's pretty crazy. And oh, I didn't even point out the obvious. Like, she had 7 husbands, which is why it's called Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And it just goes through her life story and all the different things that happen, all her marriages, and like why she married them, and like all the movies she was in and stuff. It's just really good, entertaining, and I've heard that the audiobook is good. I need to definitely listen to that sometime. But yeah, those are my, hold on, I'm trying to pick them up. Oh, those are my 10 favorite books of all time, in order somewhat. It was very difficult putting these in order because I love them all so much. But I really hope you enjoyed. Comment below your favorite book of all time, and I'll let you know if I've read it or not. I will see you all in my next video. Bye!